Last Raw on cable television.
What's up, guys? The phenomenal AJ Styles, and you're watching Bretto.
This is the Weekend Review, episode 288. We are going to jump into the last ever Monday Night Raw on USA on cable. Next week, it jumps to Netflix. I cannot wait to review that show. Also, in this video, we're talking about SmackDown, baby. 3 hours of SmackDown on USA on Friday, baby. We're talking about everything. And then next week, Raw on Netflix. I am so excited. But before we get there, this episode of Monday Night Raw took place in Houston, Texas. They went balls to the wall, bro, because this was the last Raw on cable on USA, at least here in the US. Now it's going to jump to Netflix, but before we get there, man, let's talk about Monday Night Raw from Houston, Texas. We were supposed to open up the show with Jey Uso, but instead, the New Day make their entrance to a loud crowd of boos. I found it interesting how the New Day wanted their music to be shut off. I guess they don't want their classic music to be played. They're probably going to get a new theme song or something, but they didn't want it to be played. They got booed out of the arena. Here comes Jey Uso, who could actually get some words in. So Jey was able to talk a little bit, but he basically just said, New Day sucks. Rey Mysterio warned the New Day, bro. That chant's gonna be coming back, and it is back. New Day sucks, bro. They did Big E too dirty, bro. New Day kind of threatened Jey. They're like, yeah, you'll get what's coming to you. You'll get what's coming to you. And then Jey Uso kind of stays in the ring, and then he gets interrupted by Solo, and Solo's bloodline on the screen, basically just taunting Jey. So then Drew McIntyre attacked Jey's ass from behind, hitting a Claymore. Jey fought his own for a little bit. He hit a little super kick, but he wasn't able to defend himself too much. Drew had to attack him from behind like a freaking coward, hit him with this wicked Claymore kick, bro. And now Jey Uso gets a match at Raw's Netflix against Drew McIntyre, according to Adam Pearce. So that's gonna be fun. A lot of stuff happened in this opening segment, bro. A lot of different stuff with the New Day, Drew, Solo. Jey's got a lot of enemies. I guess we'll just say that. And he made 2 new ones in the New Day. That's for sure. This will come around to bite Jey Uso in the butt. I guarantee it. This is Otis' probably best match of all time. Otis went up against his former teacher, Chad Gable, in the Alpha Academy. Once again, this match absolutely smacked. I really wish the American Made and frickin' Alpha Academy didn't get involved in this match, but you knew it wasn't going to go like a clean match. Obviously, Chad Gable's going to get some help from the American Made. Ivy Nile being the biggest threat here, man, grabbing the foot of Otis, leading to Chad Gable locking in the ankle lock and tapping out Otis. I might make it sound like it was just easy work for Chad Gable, but it was not. Otis had him pinned so many times if it wasn't for that damn American Made, bro. I hope they run it back. I really enjoyed this match. Otis looked like a stud in this. I loved this match, man. Chad Gable coming out on top. R-Truth was supposed to go one-on-one with Butch. Pete Dunne. This match didn't even get underway as R-Truth was making his entrance. You already know Pete Dunne's gonna run down, attack R-Truth, and I like this, man. I want Pete Dunne to injure R-Truth. Nothing against R-Truth. They need to establish Pete Dunne's character more, bro. Like, he's just getting, like, absolutely just dogged on, bro. Like, everybody's dogging on him, bro. Nobody's taking him seriously. In order for people to start taking Pete Dunne seriously, he needs to injure R-Truth. He needs to beat R-Truth up. And starting with this attack during the entrance, I like it. Zoe Stark versus Dakota Kai. This is the semifinals here for the Intercontinental Championship tournament. This match was pretty good, bro. Obviously, Zoe Stark's not going to win this. Dakota Kai's got to take the dub, man. She get the Pele kick to win the match. Dakota Kai's going to be our first Intercontinental Champion. I guarantee that, bro. Trips loves Dakota. I like Dakota. She's the best fit for that title right now. She beat Zoe Stark. Light work. I also loved the WWE like video package that they did for the Monday Night Raw over the past couple of years, man. They nailed it times 2. They featured like Jericho. They featured like people that aren't even in the company anymore. It was just a great video package. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on WWE's YouTube channel. It kicks ass. Judgment Day debuted a new theme song. Very interesting. I heard the music playing. I saw the smoke on the stage. I'm like, wait, who the hell is this? What? And then I'm like, oh, it's the Judgment Day. They have a new theme song. It's not the Edge one that from when Edge debuted in the Judgment Day. It's not the Edge one anymore. It's a brand new one. It goes pretty hard. It'll grow on me probably. And right now it doesn't really fit, but yeah, it'll grow on me. As far as the Judgment Day, they did go up against Damian Priest and the Viking Raiders. This match was amazing. The Raiders did great. Damian Priest did great. They teamed great together. They really did. In the end, we did see Damian Priest pick up the victory for his team. Light work, destroying Dominic Mysterio in the end of the match with a big South of Heaven. But after the match, you already know Finn Balor's going to have to attack Damian Priest like the coward he is. He looked to injure the freaking leg of Damian Priest like badly by hanging it over the ropes like this. Luckily, it didn't didn't happen because the War Raiders jumped back in the ring. And I'm sorry if I keep calling them the Viking Raiders. It's just such a habit. But War Raiders jumped in the ring and saved the snot out of Damian Priest. Otherwise, he could have literally had a broken leg. Finn Balor hit that coup de grace on that leg. Dude, he would have been so cooked. But it's not over between Finn and Damian Priest. No doubt about that. Ludwig Kaiser was cutting a very odd promo in the ring. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this? He was kind of just asserting his dominance, basically telling us that he's not with Gunther anymore. He doesn't affiliate himself with Gunther anymore. He's kind of his own man, which I'm happy about. I think that's pretty cool. He gets interrupted by the returning Sheamus, who I haven't seen since Survivor Series, so that was pretty cool. Because remember, he got like injured with the shillelagh. I believe like his ribs were injured. So Sheamus is going to come out, just absolutely beat Ludwig Kaiser's ass. He hit him with the bro kick, took him down, and I would assume we're going to have a match here in the near future on Netflix between Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. The New Day have another run-in with Rey Mysterio and the LWO backstage. Rey Mysterio was trying to compliment Otis, be a locker room leader, and say, Otis, you'll get Chad Gable next time, all right? And then here comes the New Day just bashing Rey Mysterio again. It's going to lead to a match, bro, so it's going to be most likely Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, if I had to guess, going up against the New Day, because they were bashing all the members of the LWO. Even Selena Vega, bro. Don't talk to Selena Vega like that. What the frick, New Day? But yeah, this was a pretty solid promo backstage, and it ought to be a good tag team match. Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky, another semifinals match here for the Intercontinental Championship in the women's side of things. Match was freaking off the walls. This was a great-ass match. I really wanted it to be Io Sky that won this, so then we see Dakota Kai versus Io Sky in the finals of the tournament. I think it would have been the better pick, but they did go with Lyra Valkyria. I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't think Lyra's going to win the entire thing. Oh, man, I would have just loved to see a Damage Control Civil War here in the finals. It would have been so cool. But hey, props to Lyra Valkyria. I like Lyra Valkyria, so it's not a big deal, but I do wish it was Io Sky, man. Topping off the show with an absolutely insane promo between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. They went to war with words. I'm surprised this didn't end in a brawl. I really did. I'm glad it didn't, because I wanted to hear what was on these two guys' minds, and we felt the heat, bro. Even a slight AEW mention, a slight Jon Moxley mention, Shield mention, like, oh my goodness. This promo had it all. It was amazing. It was heated, and I cannot wait for their match on Netflix. Once again, Netflix, that January 6th episode of Raw will be filmed in a separate video. It won't be in a week in review format. I am going to do it in a separate video. As far as this episode of Raw from Houston, Texas, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I loved every match. I loved like every segment. It was great. My favorite match is probably going to be between Otis and Chad Gable. That match was very impressive between them. Favorite moment's going to be the promo between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Let me know your thoughts on this Raw in the comment section down below, and let's jump into the 3-hour edition of SmackDown. Phoenix, Arizona, acknowledge me. The first 3-hour episode of SmackDown of all time here in Phoenix, Arizona. We're gonna talk about it. We saw a cash-in, guys. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton cashed in Money in the Bank. That is huge. We are going to talk about this 3-hour edition of SmackDown right now with a blue ring mat. Did anybody else notice that? I thought that was awesome. I don't have a blue ring mat, but if I did, I would have had it there. But that was cool, man. Let's jump into this 3-hour edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Get the show with the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. Wants to get a piece of Kevin Owens, but instead he got a hug from Drew McIntyre. How interesting is that? Drew walks out, hugs Cody Rhodes, and says he's here to protect him. He's got his back, but as Drew leaves the ring, he allows Kevin Owens to attack him from behind. So there's another lie from Drew McIntyre saying he's got Cody Rhodes' back and he's going to protect Cody Rhodes, and then he allows Kevin Owens to attack him from behind. WWE officials have to break both of these men up, obviously. Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes just getting even more heated, building up to the Royal Rumble. But what is Drew doing here? Like, why did he not just beat the snot out of Cody Rhodes? Like, he's affiliated with Roman Reigns. Beat up Cody Rhodes. I don't understand it, but it was a pretty wild way to open up the show. Andrade went one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura, not for the United States Championship. And even though it wasn't even for the title, Shinsuke Nakamura still beat Andrade. And with the King Sasha kick to the back of the head, taking care of business, 1, 2, 3. Shinsuke Nakamura wins the match. Immediately after the match, LA Knight makes his presence felt, walks right out, just starts beating the hell out of Shinsuke Nakamura, stomping mud holes in him, walking him dry, looks for the BFT, misses it. Shinsuke Nakamura evades it, escapes, and LA Knight has a US Championship match next week. Talk to Nick Aldis, he wants a title match, and he's got it. And they continue the controversy with Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews was confronted by Pretty Deadly for calling him out for lying, and Los Garza even got involved here. They wanted a piece of Pretty Deadly. I just find this all very interesting. What is Apollo's role in this tag team rivalry here with who attacked the Street Profits? Was it DIY? Was it Pretty Deadly? It has my interest. It's very interesting. Paul Heyman was cutting a promo talking about how dangerous the new bloodline is, how they're not even allowed in America, and one man in the group should be in jail, that being Jacob Fatu. Anyways, Paul Heyman gets interrupted by Solo. I'm surprised they didn't attack Paul Heyman like they did the last time by sending him through the announce table in Madison Square Garden. Solo made his claim pretty basic here. He basically said to Paul, after I beat Roman Reigns at Raw's Netflix, I want you to acknowledge me and you will forever be my wise man. You will put this Ula Fala around my neck. This just raises the stakes even more for that tribal combat match at Raw's Netflix. Does Solo pick up the victory and have a wise man in Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman turned on Roman Reigns. The possibilities are endless with this tribal combat match. This was a great promo from Solo and Paul. Tag team action where we saw DIY defend their tag team championships up against MCMG, the Motor City Machine Guns. I love their entrance, by the way, dude. Break a fist, boom, boom, all the fireworks and the gun poses. It's so cool. It was a great matchup up until we saw Pretty Deadly walk out, because Pretty Deadly, they were manipulated by DIY. DIY said, we need to win tonight, we need to retain these titles, and hey, Pretty Deadly, you could possibly get a tag team title match in the future. So Pretty Deadly walk out, they try to make sure the DIY win, and then here comes Los Garza, who are going to run out because Pretty Deadly were lying about them attacking the Street Profits, so it only makes sense that they go after Pretty Deadly, but then their attack would kind of rush into the ring, and it would kind of cause a disqualification, dude, as MCMG had submission holds locked in on both Gargano and Ciampa. They were literally only a couple seconds away from tapping out Gargano and Ciampa, getting back the World Tag Team Champions. I'm talking about MCMG, but it didn't happen. Brawl between Pretty Deadly and Los Garza got involved there, and DIY got hella lucky, bro. They retained their belts. Michin Mia Yim went one-on-one with Piper Niven. This match was pretty decent. Michin did pick up the victory with her little kick, taunting Chelsea Green the entire time. Of course, the United States champion right now. Most likely, Michin's gonna get a rematch for that title in the near future because they keep crossing paths, man. Chelsea and Michin, they keep crossing paths. Love this little interaction between Carmelo Hayes and Sami Zayn. Carmelo, he didn't have to deal with Braun Strowman this week on SmackDown, but he did have to deal with Sami Zayn. He was just taunting Sami Zayn, and here come the Usos to back up Zayn. Kind of scared off Carmelo. And I really enjoyed how Jey Uso bumped shoulders with Kevin Owens after this little segment. Just an awkward moment between them two. Kevin basically just saying to Jey, watch your back, Jey. Like, I don't know, man. Jey and the Bloodline and the OG Bloodline have a lot of enemies. We had our Women's Championship match where Naomi went one-on-one with Nia Jax. This match was pretty freaking good, I'm not gonna lie. It went through multiple commercials, long, nice match here between these two. And we did see Tiffany Stratton come out and help Nia Jax retain the title. Yeah, keep that in mind. She helped her win the belt. She took out Bianca Belair, sent her over the desk, and then she's gonna hit Naomi with that briefcase, allowing for Nia Jax to pick up the victory. I'm like, bro, Tiffany Stratton is still pledging her allegiance to Nia Jax? Nope. After the match, she takes out Candice LeRae. She takes out freaking everybody. Takes out Bianca, and then whacks Nia Jax with the freaking briefcase, and then Tiffany Stratton cashes in Money in the Bank. Couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, this is great, bro. This is freaking amazing. Tiffany Stratton cashes in Money in the Bank, hits the prettiest moonsault on an already destroyed Nia Jax, because Nia Jax had already got KO'd by Bianca Belair prior to the prettiest moonsault. So Nia Jax, there was no chance she was going to kick out. Tiffany Stratton is our brand new WWE Women's Champion here on SmackDown. What a way to start the year. The first episode of SmackDown in 2025, and we have a new Women's Champion. The main event of the show, we did see New Bloodline versus OG Bloodline in 6-man tag team action. Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso going against Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Solo Sikoa. Match was really freaking decent. I enjoyed the snot out of this. Drew McIntyre made his presence felt in this match, walking out near the end, just kind of distracting Jey, distracting Sami, distracting everybody, bro, just randomly. And then Jey Uso got confused on who was the legal man, thought that Jacob Fatu was the legal man, but it was actually Solo Sikoa who would take advantage, hit the spike on Jey Uso, and win the match, bro. Dude, the OG Bloodline had this victory in the bag if it wasn't for that tag miscommunication, bro. Great 6-man tag team match to end the show, though. Solo Sikoa stating even more that he has his sights set on Roman Reigns. What'd you guys think of SmackDown being a 3-hour show? Do you think they actually need that third hour? In my personal opinion, I don't think they do. do. I feel like they could have fit all of this, if they really wanted to, into 2 hours. That's just my personal opinion. But hey, a third hour, why the frick not? My favorite moment on this show is easily going to be the Tiffany Stratton cash-in. My favorite match is going to be the Bloodline 6-man tag. And ranking this show out of 10, I am going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this episode of SmackDown. It moved really good. It flowed really good. It's been the WWE Week in Review action figure setup. I do post one of these every single Saturday morning. I am reviewing Raw as Netflix this coming Tuesday, immediately following the Raw on Netflix, January 6th. So that will be a separate video from the Week in Review. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bretto Live is out.
It's tipping time.